Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to Cursive Writing 101 with Miss Varner. And I want to take you back to your letter C page. Now this is a page you already should have in your writing binder. You should already have the cursive C written. You see I've already gotten some that I've added. But one thing I do want to reiterate with you boys and girls is that you do need to make sure the black letters that are here that you are tracing over those. Those are examples that are put there for you to follow the lines before you start trying to draw it on your own. And of course another one at the very end to kind of give you that same feel again that you had at the beginning to make sure you're creating those letters the correct way. You'll notice you also have this line here. Make sure again you started with tracing that first letter and then writing them on your own. So of course most of you should have this already in your notebooks. This is just a reminder to make sure you're creating your letters the correct way by tracing first and then carefully, slowly drawing your letters, following those lines around, touching that top line, going all the way down to the base line, curling back up to the midline. Notice I'm not pinching them together, cramming in a whole bunch of them, leaving some space, and then finishing up there on that end. So again, you should already have this in your notebook. We are starting today with adding our cursive words. We are going to start with our first word here, and since we are doing the cursive C, all of our words will start with the capital C. So we'll start, our first word here is going to be the country of Canada. I see the word "an" at the beginning, or we could say a, here for this one, d, and then a, the sounds here. So is it Canada, Canada, Canada? Notice the A is making its third sound on those last two. It is Canada. And notice you can sound it out, and of course if it sounds funny that means we didn't pronounce it the right way. So you've got your C here. Notice I've already drawn my capital C, came all the way through, and then when I got to about that 2 o'clock time we've talked about, you circle back around to the baseline, back up to that 2 o'clock time, and then come down, back up, and this is where we're going to do 2 humps, and that's our cursive N. We're going to keep our pencil down, curling all the way back up to that 2 o'clock time again, because we're going to make another A. Back up to 2 o'clock, come down, back up, and now it looks like we're going to make another A, except instead of coming down yet, we're going to go up and then back down to make our D. Curl around, touch that 2 o'clock time, circle back around and up, and then finish your tail out to that midline at the end. Canada, Canada. It is a country just north of the United States. So we're going to write our word again independently. Start with our capital C, a little tail at the top, touch the top line, curl around and make your C. Touch that midline, now go around to 2 o'clock, back around and up for your A, bring it back down to that baseline, up to the midline, creating 2 humps for an N. Alright, back around to 2 o'clock to make your A, around and up. Alright, now it looks like we're going to be making another A again, but we go up, 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 and back down to make our D. Around again, we're making another A, and finish that tail out on the end. Canada. Okay, right across the way here from Canada, we have Cali, would be the way we would pronounce this one. We've got Cal and then E, Cali. Now it sounds like it could be a girl's name. It is also known to be the shorter version that people have been known to use for talking about the state of California. Sometimes you'll hear people say, I'm going to ride out to Cali next month. Cali can be short for California. Alright, so you got that capital C again. Hopefully that one feels pretty good for you. By this point, it's a pretty simple letter. Let's go around making that A again, just like we did in Canada. All right. Alright, now we're going to keep our pencil down and we're going to go up, 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 all the way to that top line, looping backwards like a roller coaster going back, down, go straight up to the midline, straight back down to the baseline, curling out to the midline, and now you go back and dot your I in Cali. Okay, so now let's do it independently. Capital C. Go to that 2 o'clock time for the A. Cali, the L goes all the way up, looping back, down, go up to the midline, straight back down that same line, and throw that last line out there, go back and dot your I. Next we have Columbus. Now Columbus could be the name of a city. We also know it to be the name of a person, Christopher Columbus. So let's start again, our capital C at the beginning. It is a proper noun. It's the name of a person and also names of places. We're going to go around this time, and instead of making an A, we're making an O. So when you get back to that 2 o'clock time, now you're just going to curl up to that top line, making a back loop to make another L. Straight down to the baseline. Now you're going to go up to the midline and make just a regular U, like that. And now we're going to add 3 humps going up to that midline. This is our cursive M again. Going up, 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 like we're going to make an L, but we're not this time. This is the B. So we go up to the midline, kind of tuck in a little bit right there, and then come back out. And now we're going to make another regular U and add it to that cursive S. So we're going to go up to the midline, come down, add like a little belly there in the front, tuck it under, and then kick it back out. And notice Columbus does not have any I's for us to dot or J's, and no T's to cross. So we're good. Now let's draw it independently. Columbus, start with a capital C. Go around like you're going to make an A, but we're not. This is our O. Tall loop for our L. A U. Do 3 humps, 1, 2, 3 for the M, up like you're going to make an L, back down, tuck it in because it's not an L, it's a B, then kick it back out for the U shape, go back up to the midline and then add a belly on the front, tuck it under, kick it back out for the S, Columbus. Now the next word that we have here is actually C-Y, which can spell sigh. You'll notice this in front of words like cyclone or even someone's name like Cyrus. Okay, so that would be C-Y. Notice the C before the Y makes the C say its second sound, which sounds like an S. Sigh. So we're going to start with our C again. Capital C, should be real easy by now. And then we're going to lead it right into our Y, which is like a U shape. But instead of stopping there and kicking out, we're going to go down, make a little tail underneath, and then kick back out for the Y. Sigh. Alright, here we go again. Capital C on our own. And bring it around like you're going to make a U, but you're not. You're going to add a tail under it, curl it around, kick it out for the Y. Sigh. The next one is another name. Claudia. You have a CL for the cool sound. AU says aw. Then the D, of course we know that says D. And then we hear the I in the A. Claudia. Notice the A again is making that third sound. It's amazing how many times it makes that third sound. So let's start our word tracing. So we see L, tall loop for that L. Around to 2 o'clock, back around. It is an A, so go down. Now you're going to go up, make your U shape, keep your pencil down, go around like you're going to make another A, but you're not. You're going to add a tall line there, back down for the D, up to the midline, back down to the baseline, curl around to 2 o'clock, finish your A, add the tail, now go back, dot your I. Okay, now let's do this one on our own. Claudia, K. L, A is a U, D is an I, What's the eighth third sound? Tail, dotted. Claudia. All right, last word. Carl. K. R comes from AR in the word, and of course L makes the little sound. So let's trace it. K. R. Notice our R looks a little different from a regular one. You go up to the midline, kind of across and down a little bit, at a slant, down. Now back up for that tall L with a loop. Tail on the end. Carl. Let's try it on our own. K. R, careful with that R, and the L. Carl. Okay? All right, well, that's all the time we have for our words at this time, so we will stop right here for today, and then we'll pick up again tomorrow with lowercase c and the words for lowercase c.